Hi, Gene Burnett from GeneBurnett.com. I really think that if I want to be able to do something under pressure, if I want one of my skills or one of my abilities to manifest itself under pressure, that I have to train that thing under some pressure. And I also have to do it a lot. Because one thing that pressure does is it pressures us and brings up our weaknesses. So that's when there's pressure on a system, it doesn't matter what it is, the weaknesses show first, right? So I assume, for instance, like if I want to, like say martially, if I want to be able to strike a moving target that's trying to hit me under pressure of like a fight situation, that the pressure of that situation is going to reveal my weaknesses. A really big one would be that I don't get in fights very often, or ever. So if that fight came up, it would be unfamiliar territory. And I'm sure that I would be nervous and adrenalized, and my heart would be pounding, and I would be thinking about all kinds of issues about how much violence does this person mean to bring to me, and how much is appropriate to bring to them, and are there cameras here, and what's going on, and the ethics of this, all this stuff is rolling around. So I don't think it's enough to know how to punch, just to know how to punch, to understand the mechanics and the procedures involved in punching. And I don't think it's enough to be able to punch. I think what's really important is that I punch a lot, that punching is a part of my system, it's a part of my body, it's a reflex that I don't have to think about too much. I probably throw into the air and or into pads about I don't know, 5 or 10,000 punches a week, probably more. Maybe it's like 8 to 1,500 punches, or no, 1,000 punches a week. It's a lot. Usually about 3,600 of those against pads. So that conditioned my hands, and my whole system is conditioned to receive the impact. Many people who know how to punch and understand how to punch but don't actually punch things will punch things, and their timing will be off, they'll break their hand, they'll throw themselves off balance. Even though they understand it, their body is keyed up and they don't have the experience in their nervous system, their muscle memory of how to deliver that force. I'm not saying it's going to equal success, but I think that if I want to be able to do it under pressure, that I have to do it a lot, that it has to be in my muscle memory. If I want to be able to perform music under pressure, meaning a lot of people there, or if I want to record music under pressure, meaning time and money is passing, and I have to nail down takes of songs, it really behooves me to play those songs over and over again. It doesn't matter that I know the song. It doesn't matter that I know how to play the song. I have to play the song. I have to repeat it. I have to play it a decent amount so that it's really in my system, so that under pressure I won't screw up a note and have to start over again, or have to do expensive editing later to fix that note. So I'm encouraging you to not confuse understanding and knowledge and ability with training that will reliably manifest itself under pressure, will show itself under pressure. You gotta do it. I've seen people online, and they understand how to punch, and they can punch, but I know that they don't punch. I know that they don't. I can see it in their body. They don't have the, when they do a strike, it looks kind of like that, right? Like they're not bringing their body into the punch, they're not bringing their legs and core into the punch. They may understand how to do that, and in a very set situation, like they're all stanced up and there's a bag or there's a thing, they can do that one punch. But can they do 50 of them? Just go, 50. Can they do 100 of them? Can they do 200 of them? Can they do 25 of them really, really fast? Can they do them against a moving target? A whole nother world. Just because you understand how to do something and you know how and you're able to do it doesn't mean you can do it under pressure. And the best thing I've found in terms of being able to do something under pressure is to practice a lot at near that level. At least if I'm punching pads, I'm not actually punching a moving target always, or another person who's trying to swing at me, but at least I'm making contact with something in space where I could miss. That the timing has to be just right, or you won't get that pop when it hits the pad. So with air, you never miss. You never really get where the sweet spot is. Your imagination can only go so far. Guys came into this group that I was in from all different martial arts and different kind of things, but all of them had in common that they hadn't done tons of pad work. And when they got to the pads, man, every one of them said it was like a revolution. Not just to do it one afternoon, but to do it 3 afternoons a week for a year. Like to really build that into your system. So I really recommend that. I really recommend that you either recognize that what you know might not show under pressure because you don't train it and practice it that deeply, or if you do want it to show under pressure, that you practice it under at least moderate pressure in that direction a lot, so that it really gets into your system. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this kind of thing, subscribe to my channel or visit GeneBurnett.com.